Hello everybody. Welcome back to Freddy Pharkas, the Frontier Pharmacist. As we left off, it was Madame Ovary who told Freddy that he should get his guns back to become a gunslinger, because apparently now that he knows the plans of the sheriff and the banker, he's gonna go into a lot of gunfights apparently.
Hey, this looks just like the key to the front door of my pharmacy.
Nobody will miss this key to the church, since the church is never locked anyway. Ooh la la and va va voom.
Ooh la la va va voom.
Your authentic moose skin rug looks very attractive with those eyeglasses on it.
Yes, very attractive indeed. Freddy can get around it easily. See? There, he just jumps over. Throbbing guns with huge oily shafts and... I never know. Who knows what kind of guns they're gonna bring in. Could be a different kind of a gunslinger, you know?
Srini, who let you in?
Your most gracious Native American, Running Gag,
Ah.
permitted me egress from the outside of the street. It was then that I allowed him to knock himself off for the remainder of the day, since we are still closed.
That's fine, Srini. Look, I've reached a decision. My life is in danger. Aw, heck, the whole town's in danger. I must take up gunslinging, and I'll need your help.
Pardon us for being said, Freddy Pharkas, but you are a humble pharmacist. Shooting as most perfectionally as a gunslinger is a skill requiring most years of tireless practice. You are ill-equipped. Perhaps you should make peace with your chosen deity and prepare to go to the great pharmacy counter in the sky.
Srini, you'll have to trust me on this. I used to be a gunslinger before I took up pharmacology. If I did it before, I can do it again. It shouldn't take long to brush up my skills. I've just got to find my guns and do a little practice shooting.
Very well, Freddy Pharkas. When you are prepared, meet me at the edge of town, and together we shall practice what little must be left of your shooting skills. Yes?
Sounds like a plan to me.
While window shopping in Chowchilla, your eye fell on this plain but serviceable nightstand.
Did you meet Charlie?
Got your eye back in, but the owner didn't want to touch the nightstand anymore, and he let you keep it.
So he really did get everything for free that he has in the bedroom.
It's a key! Hot dog! Now we're getting somewhere!
Score!
You take the key.
Hot dog!
Score.
Now we're getting somewhere.
That's what he said. I mean, you don't need to repeat the narrator. He's doing a fine job on his own, you know.
Score!
I got more score for doing nothing.
This is the key to your roll-top desk. You attempt to do that key-bending routine you used to know when you were a kid, but somehow you've lost your touch. You riffle through the stack of spicy French postcards, but they just won't animate smoothly.
I don't think they have the poses to do an animation.
You unlock the desktop. Why, it's your old roll-top desk. What happened to that roll you recently left on top of it? You must have eaten it. Why, it's your... The drawer's locked.
We will need a lot more hemp before we're through.
You unlock the desk drawer.
Hey, Spicky. And also, hello, Alan. Forgot to say hello to Alan.
It's an old letter, cobwebbed, yellowed, and faded.
Score!
You take the letter out of the drawer. You lock the desktop. You never know who's going to sneak in here and try to get their hands in your drawers.
I don't remember who had a roll top like that. Oh yeah, my brother. He used to have a roll top. It was all white. I mean, he had one when we were kids.
You received this letter a few years back from your recently dearly departed friend, Phil Graves.
Dear Freddy, thank you so very kindly for your gracious hospitality during
Phil
my
was
recent
British, I see.
convalescence. The floor of your workroom proved a comfortable bed, and the stale pharmacy goods you fed me staved off starvation quite adequately. I must admit to being a little curious of your request that I retain your safety deposit key for you. I cannot imagine what you have secured in that bank vault that could create such strong feelings of both revulsion and endearment. However, I have done as you asked and taken your key with me. I vow to you I will never return this key to you, nor even allow it within your sight. I further swear to keep it with me wherever I go. On this you have my word of honor, for I am ever your friend, Philip D. Graves.
Great, we have to go grave digging. Because he took the key to his grave. Wonderful.
Srini, let's go practice my target shooting.
That is a good leisure time activity for us to do, yes, all right. But how are we even to begin without such that until you locate some sort of shooting mechanism? I must wonder.
He can shoot his mouth.
Details, details.
Harumph.
Mind the store, won't you, Srini? I'm off to uphold justice and stuff.
Okie the dokie.
Okie dokie.
That's Gluteus Maximilian and his horse, who appears to be wearing one of those hilarious whoopee saddles. They call him Gluteus because he's the butt of every practical joke in town.
Ah.
Hey, Max.
Max ignores you, but he seems to flinch a bit. Perhaps he thinks you're in on yet another nasty prank. Stop teasing him. He's too easy a mark. That's just another bit of authentic Western scenery.
A horse's ass? Well, he is got the whoopee saddle, for sure.
Those flies are really enjoying that byproduct. You can't think of anything to say to that.
What about the ground?
That right there is...
Score!
You bravely, stupidly grab the steaming, fly-laden horse plop. Fortunately, it seems to be holding together well as you place it in your pocket.
Hey, Goblin, I just, gathering some manure.
How can we put this delicately? It's a fragrant, freshly baked road apple.
Yummy! Let's eat it. Oh, wait, not that kind of apple. Alright. Let's go dig a grave.
The snot-nosed brat adds a lot to the charm of downtown Coarse Gold.
Don't try it, mister. I know haiku.
Oh no, he knows haiku.
What do you want? Can't you tell I got things to do?
My, but the children in this town are polite.
And busy. Apparently. School is off today, I guess.
That's a Shears craftsperson graveyard quality shovel standing in the dirt.
You forgot the copyright. You forgot to mention that. It's in the name. Gravedigger, more than meets the eye.
Glancing furtively around to see if Doug's within sight, you grab his shovel. This shovel was left at Reboot Hill for the convenience of the grave diggers. You scrape some of the dirt off the shovel, but it's still hopelessly dirty.
Oh, what happens when I touch the plop?
You're unwilling to touch it any more than necessary.
Good idea. Pardon our dust, but here we grow again. A new grave is being erected on this side, another of Philip D. graves.
Looks like your dear friend Philip has passed on.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs.
You start to dig up the freshly laid grave. Muscles that haven't been used in years begin to groan and whine. But with the gritty determination of a professional grave robber, you toil on. And on. And on.
And 5 hours later...
It's an open grave. Even a world-weary, seen-it-all pharmacist like yourself, one who deals with cold sores, headaches, and diarrhea on a daily basis, still can't shake that uneasy feeling one gets when standing close to death.
Don't worry, Death is a nice guy.
You carefully search through the many pockets of Graves' $3 suit.
That's a deep
until you
grave.
discover the safe deposit box key you entrusted to Phil oh so many years ago. Score! In a touching display of emotion and a hidden desire to carry a little less around with you, you fold up Philip's letter and place it under his folded hands.
I guess this makes Phil a correspondence corpse.
You begin the arduous task of replacing the heaping mound of dirt one shovelful at a time, over and over and over.
Ovi, you are over. Time to go to the only place that we still haven't gone to. The bank.
That's Mrs. Tucker, one of the respectable women of the town. Respectable meaning she don't sell it. This is the key to your safe deposit box, pried from the cold, rigid fingers of your dead pal, Phil. Sitting behind the counter is P.H. Balance, current owner and operator of the Bank of Bob.
He's a bore and a lice-infested jerk.
Come again? Did you say something, Pharkas?
I said you were more than just a nice, respected clerk.
Oh, that's very different.
He's the only one without a butt chin. Everybody else has a butt chin, but not him. That's why he's different to everybody else. And also pH balance. I wonder if he's sour or bitter.
A masterful portrait of P.H. Balance's father, Bacillus Ophiclid Balance, or Bob for short. It's got a little plaque. Apparently it doesn't have time to brush between meals.
I don't think that even deserves a rim shot or anything. But actually, that the joke deserves.
Phineas H. Balance has cleverly situated a newfangled box camera up in the corner to photograph customers. Only trouble is, most customers don't stand in place for 15 minutes.
Except Freddy does, because I'm looking around.
It's P.H. Balance's clock, eternally set to 3:57 so that he can hustle people out of the bank with a, "We're closing in 5 minutes." Couple of pretty cameo portraits of P.H. Balance's favorite pin-up girl.
That Carrie Nation is such a looker.
The vault door is 2 solid feet of case-hardened high-carbon balsa wood, painted gray to look metallic and fool would-be bank robbers.
Bill the Barber, numerous bad cuts, alias Cockeyed Bill. Huh.
It's a velvet mural that depicts the driving of the Golden Spike as performed by a toreador and a couple of children with really big, sad eyes. There's a register here for new customers. If they sign in, they'll get all the usual brochures prompting them to take advantage of the Bank of Bob's home equity loans and other really smart investments. This quill pen is used to fill out slips and sign registers.
And also, that is one huge quill pen.
It's always nice to see a small town like Corsgold get some big city tackiness like this horrible chandelier. You see the green flocked wallpaper, rough-hewn wood floor, and tin tile ceiling of the Bank of Bob, Corsgold's first and probably last financial institution. This cute little fence separates the officials-only area from the customers and other unwelcome guests area. This heavy table is where customers fill out bank slips and examine their safe deposit boxes. It's Phineas's file cabinet. One of the local plants has been pulled up and potted. Some sort of large potted fern is standing in the corner. These are the teller's stations. This authentic mohair rug is much like the one P.H. Balance wears on his head. After all, he needs much mohair than he has.
Say, it was too bad about your pharmacy being shut down.
Yeah, too
Must
bad.
be hard to lose a business so sudden-like.
So
We
sudden.
here at the Bank of Bob sympathize.
Sure you do. Want to sell me your property, you won't regret it. And give up my dreams of herohood. Never, you cad. I'm here for my deposit.
You hand the safe deposit box key to P.H. Balance.
It'll be ready Tuesday. Oh, I mean, allow me to fetch your safe deposit box for you immediately.
Even though it's made out of balsa wood, it sounds metallic.
It's your safe deposit box. You haven't even looked in this box for, what, 10 years now? Ever since you moved to Corsgold.
Nice Sierra logo.
It's your safe deposit box. You haven't even looked. You'd forgotten. You used your old lucky neckerchief to wrap those pistols in. These are your 2 gunslinger pistols, left over from your salad days. You know, those days when you were still green.
You're gonna say pickle, cucumber, leaf, just in general.
You can't think of anything to say to that.
Nice ivory handles.
Score!
You lovingly lift your pistols from the box where they've spent the past decade.
Score!
You take your lucky neckerchief out of the safe deposit box. Now you're really beginning to feel lucky.
Wait a minute. The last time I wore this was when Kenny shot off my ear back in St. Louis.
Well, okay, so maybe it's not that lucky a neckerchief.
Maybe it's lucky for a while, then you run out of luck. Like what happened to Warb in Discworld Noir.
I'm all done now.
Thank you for using the Bank of Bob.
You're welcome. But, yep. What happened to the speed? Why is the speed suddenly, like, all the way up? And why can't I not lower it?
Why, he's with the Pony Express.
He's a bit too slow now. There, that's better.
And just how long have you had this desire to talk with inanimate objects?
Trust me, a long while. It's not even a desire, I do it. I talk with them.
It's one of those newfangled old Miss a Coffee machines. Helen sets it out every other day for free coffee.
Mom, there was a fire last night that almost burned down the whole town.
Don't y'all think I saw that for myself on the way to work this morning? Honestly.
Fortunately, I was able to put the fire out with a little baking soda.
No, not you,
That's the
Gabriel.
stench I've been smelling. What an inconsiderate clod you can be.
They're inanimate
that
objects.
Burnt baking soda smell is simply nauseating. It's no wonder I got no customers today.
I thought I was doing the town a favor.
Well, next time you think a little harder.
I mean, if you guys were inanimate objects but still able to, you know,
Maggots crawling
text.
through the door and flies
That won't be
circling
weird.
the ceiling. Hooey, what's this town coming to?
Now let's get some coffee.
Score!
Mom offers free coffee to her regular customers. You're as regular as anyone. 11 a.m. every morning, you head straight for the outhouse, so as usual, you pour yourself a steaming hot cup of joe.
And also, apparently, we need to do this. But first,
Wow, if your old neckerchief could only talk, boy, the stories this baby would tell. There's nothing like a steaming hot cup of joe from Mom's Cafe, brewed from mountain-grown beans from the steep-sloped hills of Jamaica. Much better than them shoddy trench-grown coffee beans from the shallow-sloped ditches of Peoria.
Apparently we need to put the poop on the floor.
Look what you've done! Freddy Pharkas, I'll see you run out of town for this! Hop, sing, hop to it! Get out here and clean up this mess! Damn these flies!
Oh, you in big water now.
No, I'm in a big doo-doo now.
Score!
Aha!
How tempting. Fresh apple pie still warm from Mom's oven. Why, it's as American as Mom's apple pie.
Grab it quickly.
Score!
Good move, Freddy. Dropping one steaming hot pie to get another.
Yes. I'm sure they're happy about that we left a steaming pile of horse pie on the floor while we stole their hot steaming apple pie. It's for a good reason. Hey, Eldridge.
Once the heart of a thriving business district, it's Ezekiel Andrew Washington Madison Johnson Hallelujah, the preacher's kid.
Let's go visit the sheriff.
This turn-of-the-century sheriff's office is manned by a real turn-of-the-century sheriff. Sheriff Shift has tastefully decorated his window in the fashionable Nouveau Leavenworth style. That's the jail cell, where Sheriff Checkham Chicken Pea Shift tosses the bad guys. With the town's population dwindling, there haven't been many occupants lately. This is where the sheriff keeps his trade journals. The sheriff hung his hat and long coat on the rack. It's an old bucket. Sheriff Shift occasionally likes to soak his feet. This is the sheriff's spittoon, where he gets most of his target practice.
Got a gun in there? Pants? Ring? Mike Stinky Pickhink. Outhouse tipping. Mike Pickhink is one of the producers or one of the people in the developer team.
It's an old register clock. The sheriff keeps this lamp lit so he can read his procedural manuals and see the pictures real good. That's an old trunk dated back to the 1870s. Actually, in that case, it's pretty new.
Uh-huh.
Those are the sheriff's 6 guns. Actually, they're revolvers and rifles, but there are 6 of them.
One-Eyed Jack for the killing of Bill the Barber. Well, that's a style. With the hair and the eye patch. And I can see why he killed the barber and did an awful job. That's the joke.
The sheriff's big old desk is cluttered with all sorts of crime-fighting paraphernalia, just in case the sheriff decides to fight crime someday. The sheriff's favorite desk chair has, over the years, just about welded itself to the floor. It's the Honorable Sheriff Checkham P. Shift trying to invent coffee and donuts.
Honorable.
Sheriff. I'm going to be saying my goodbyes soon, and I just wanted to thank you for all your help.
Don't mention it, boy. If I can do anything to make your departure more hasty or pleasant, feel free to ask.
I don't need to ask. What I need to do is give you stuff.
Score!
Say, Sheriff, I know how much a law enforcement person like yourself enjoys a good hot cup of coffee every now and then.
Thanks, partner. But you know what? Something sweet would sure taste good right now.
Why, I bet that's true. I'll be glad to try and find you something to munch on. But in the meantime, I've been thinking about moving to another city, but I've got no bullets. I was wondering if you have any bullets that would fit an old .45.
Why, sure, son. Here, have a box of these Remingtons. No charge. They're on the county.
Alright, you wanted something sweet? Here you go. But first,
Tons of ammo, hot lead, hollow points, dum-dums. Your old pistols, looking somewhat tarnished after so many years in storage, are probably still quite serviceable.
as they should. Although they are tarnished, so that's not a good thing with the pistols.
Score!
Here you go, Sheriff Shift.
Or any weapon.
I found some of Mom's nice hot apple pie for you. I know how much a law-enforcing person like yourself enjoys sweet, fatty breakfasts.
Apple pie and
Thank
coffee
you.
for breakfast.
I've been so hungry, I could have ate a bar.
Bar.
This sure go good with that cup of coffee you brung me earlier.
Ever
Sheriff,
heard of English?
Do you have anything I could use to clean these old guns of mine before I leave town? They're mighty dirty, and I want to be prepared for my long journey.
Okay, son, but this gun cleaning kit'll be the last thing I give you. Now, get your guns cleaned, get your horse packed, and get your ass out of my town.
I don't think it's gonna be your town for very long, if we have anything to say about it.
Sheriff Shift was so nice to give you his gun cleaning kit. He may be a low-down, evil, corrupt, two-time and no-good varmint, but he's got the cleanest pistol in town. Or so says Madame Overy. With the sheriff's cleaning kit, you lovingly clean and polish your old pistols till they're like new. Good thing you removed all that nasty rust from your barrel. Damn thing could have exploded right in your face.
Uh-huh.
Score!
You slip the bullets in the chamber as the old memories come rushing back. And a few featuring you and your first cousin out behind the barn when you were both curious 8-year-olds.
That's a bit too much information there, thank you, narrator. Didn't need to know that. So, oh, not that way. We need to go talk to Sorini. Since now that we have the guns and bullets, we go do some practicing. Ah. So he's already gone to the edge of town.
It's your ordinary water trough. Favorite hangout of coarse gold horses and town drunks. In brighter days, this trough would be filled with sparkling, clear, pure mountain spring water. The kind they make into lousy domestic beer. These days, though, all you see in the trough is muddy, dirty, old stagnant water with a bunch of dead flies floating on top.
My favorite.
You stick your hand into the stagnant water, and all you get is a damp, muddy forearm with a lot of dead flies stuck to it.
Cool. Just what I needed.
Contemplating duck dinner, Fred?
Duck Gillespie.
Talking to ducks?
You should cut down on the drinking there, pal. Keeping my eye on you. Oh, he's not here. I also didn't realize that the first time you cross the bridge and one piece falls off, and the narrator says that it looks like you can only go across it 3 more times. It's a reference to
Penny, penny, she ain't.
It's a reference to King's Quest
Freddy,
2.
you don't need to steal that bird. You can buy one for chicken feed.
Colonel Sanders.
You
Colonel
can't think of
Sanders.
anything.
That's the name of the chicken, Colonel Sanders. There he is.
Well, Straney, I think I'm ready to try some target shooting. You ready?
Certainly. I am without a desire to wait any further to stand in front of your blazing guns and take my life in your hands to help you perfect your shooting.
How do you want to start?
Perhaps it would be besting if you place some targets upon the fence posts for a commencement.
Go ahead, make our day. I'm one bad hombre, do your worst. I'm feeling pretty tough, but don't bust my chops. I had too much tequila last night, go easy. Ah. So arcade difficulty, huh? I'm gonna go with normal. Because why not?
Okie dokie, Freddy Pharkas. First we shall see if you can successfully strike the bottles from afar with the bullets of your pistol. Then I will toss the bottles up in the air and you may try to hit them in flight. Good luck and may the best man win.
Holy shit, is this difficult even on normal.
Score!
This is impossible. Damn it. Well, now it's steady as heck.
Score!
There.
Very good, Freddy Pharkas. Let us try some quick drawing. Just make sure you hit the target and not me. Score! I'm uploading myself inside. Now for the big challenge. 6 bottles all at once.
Huh. That was automatic.
Say, Freddy Pharkas, you are not so bad after all at the shooting gig.
Shooting
Why,
gig.
thanks, Srini. My life and the lives of every man, woman, and ruminant in this town depend on my being quick with a gun.
Did you not mention earlier that your life is in danger most forthcoming?
Something like that.
Might I then suggest that you might be excellent to placing a disguise upon your person, thereby making it to appearances that Freddy Pharkas has no longer around in this locality?
Good thinking, Srini. I'll need a disguise of some sort, something that will strike terror into the hearts of the bad guys. I know, a bat. I'll disguise myself as a bat, and you can be Srini, the boy wonder. You have any leotards?
Pardon me for asserting, but this bat thing is really hokey.
Ah, you're right. Too juvenile. Let's see. How about...
Might I suggest a skin-tight costume with flowing cape and placed upon the manly chest thereof a large F for Pharkas?
Nah, that'd never work. I don't want people to know I'm Freddy, remember?
Then perhaps you are needing to do something about that right ear. Or, rather, the lack of that right ear.
Dang it, you're right. Everyone knows me as the one-eared pharmacist. I need to make a new one somehow. Maybe forge one out of metal or something. I'll give it some thought and meet you back at the pharmacy once I've completed my disguise.
Disguise is making a new ear. What a disguise it is. Even better. Wax.
You would never dream of stealing a candle from a church, but they wouldn't miss one of those puddles of candle wax. There's a recently filled grave in Reboot Hill. Reboot Hill. You grab a handful of clay from the pile beside the grave. Well, you never know, it could come in handy.
Well, it's not really beside the grave because I filled in the grave, but apparently the pile should have still been there. I don't know. Well, we do know that there's one artist in town. Let's go see if he has any skills with wax. I mean, he's wilting Willy, but he could be waxing Willy. Oh, let's let back here. No, actually, I could have gone through this alone. No, this is better. We're right at the mercantile.
The door swings open. From the back, you hear Chester's voice.
Help yourself. I'll be right out.
Hiya, Whittlin' Willie.
How'd the gunslinging go?
Great. I'm getting ready to leave town now.
Drop the leaving town bit, Sonny. I know what you're up to. This is my story, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Now finish putting that disguise together and get to it so we can get this town cleaned up once and for all.
No fourth wall
Hey,
breaking
you don't
here.
have to tell me twice.
Hey, Albert Mark. So, which one do I give?
This puddle of candle wax from the church is suitable for chewing, but it tends to lose that churchy flavor after only a couple minutes.
It's not chewing gum.
Who would steal a handful of clay from a grave site? If you only had some eye of newt and tongue of bat.
True. Then we can make our own clay golem.
You try to mold the wax with your bare hands, but the wax is just a bit too stiff to handle. A feeling not wholly unfamiliar to you. You try to shape the clay, but you're no sculptor. Maybe you should take up whittling instead.
Oh, don't worry, we've got somebody to do that for us.
Score!
Willie, I'm in need of a way to disguise my ear. Do you think you could do something creative with this? Something in the shape of an ear, perhaps?
Offhand, I'd say do it your dang self. My nap time's coming up shortly. I've had a hard day of whittling. But you could maybe do some lost wax casting with this sucker, and that'd do the trick.
Lost what?
Lost wax casting, son. What'd you do, sleep your way through metal shop?
I guess I must have. What's lost wax casting?
That's casting with an apostrophe, sonny, not an ing. Anyhow, you can make all sorts of things by making a wax positive, using clay to make a mold, then melting down the metal and pouring it into a mold. To make a mold, you carve whatever you want to cast out of wax, see? That's what we call a positive. Now, once you got the wax positive, you take some clay, see, and you patch the clay all around the positive. You just leave a little hole at the top so's you can get the wax out. So now you got your wax inside the clay. Well, you just heat that sucker up till the wax goes all oozy and you pour the wax out. That's the lost wax part, see? Now you got your empty clay mold, what we call a negative. You smelts down your metal and pours the metal into the negative. Once it hardens up, you can just scrape off the clay and there you are. Did you get all that?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Well, that's what your restore button's for, kiddo. Now scrambooch.
Scrambooch.
The doors swing.
Help yourself.
It's Whittlin' Willie's authentic whittling knife.
It's gonna be mine now. Yoink.
Score!
You borrow Whittlin' Willie's knife for a while.
Just for a couple of scenes.
This is the interior of Chesterfield. Most of what's here won't talk to you, unless it has vocal cords. These Confederate Army penknife replicas are becoming quite popular among the more sophisticated whittlers. With your newly acquired whittling skills, you carve the candle wax into the shape of an ear, one that should theoretically attach snugly to the remains of your original ear. But now look at the gunk on Willie's knife.
I'll toss this
just
knife
wax.
over here where Willie might find it. He'll probably think he dropped it here.
Yeah, sure. You try to You carefully pack the clay in and around the wax ear, leaving a small opening so that you can pour out the molten wax later. This clay mold still contains your original wax positive of your ear.
And now it looks like it's a lot of ear wax coming out of it when it's just wax. But still. Ugh. Disgusting. Any random pedestrians here today?
He'd knock you down and let his horse trample you. After all, the Pony Express must get through.
No time. Gotta deliver the mail.
You're not much of a Pony Express when you're this slow. You should be like in Day of the Tentacle. Super fast.
That's just another bit of authentic. That's just.
That person came through one of these very thin alleyways. I mean, they were all tall and thin, but they didn't come out of the shop.
You return.
Yep.
It is good to look upon your eternally smiling countenance of face again.
Yeah, I've missed you too.
Don't shout at Srini from behind the counter. Walk over and talk to him like a human being. Were you born in a barn?
That's how people talk to Freddy when he's behind the counter. They don't need to shout.
It's a silver medallion recently awarded to Srini by the American Society of Salves, Holistic Ointments, Liniments, and Emollients salesmen. It was in honor of his impressive and yet oddly comforting display of Old Gampy's Fisherman Throat Gullet Descaler lozenges.
Great, Srini is part of the assholes.
Score!
You carefully remove the medallion from the wall.
Srini will never miss this.
You sure about that?
Freddy Pharkas, what in an entirely unsatisfactory afterlife are you doing with my finely earned silver medallion?
It's going to a good cause, Srini. It's going to help make Corsgold a safer, saner place to live.
Saner.
I am hoping so, Freddy, for all the sakes.
Alright, let's make our fake ear.
The wax in the mold slowly starts to melt. The melted wax runs out of the mold and spatters on the work table, resulting in an empty ear-shaped mold and a table with a severe case of waxy buildup. It's an empty clay mold of an ear. It's Srini's 99.9% silver medallion, awarded to him by the American Society of Salves Holistic Ointments.
Yeah, think about it, it's asshole. Yeah, I got it.
That just
There. Now we got the medallion in the crucible.
The silver medallion slowly begins to melt. The medallion is nearly completely melted now. You now have a crucible containing molten silver.
At least it's not Quicksilver.
You quickly pour the molten silver into the empty mold. You quickly lick your fingers and pinch out the alcohol lamp's flame. Your ear mold, is now filled with the melted silver from your award medallion. You know they're not gonna send Srini another medallion. You scrape the clay off and discard it, leaving you with a gleaming silver ear. Beautifully done. With an ear like this, you could, dare I say it, rule the world.
Score!
It's your soon-to-be world-famous silver ear, symbol of truth, justice, and the pharmacological way.
Uh-huh. What a disguise. Make a silver ear. Nobody will notice that.
Your dad unloaded his old vaudeville. Careful, that trunk is dangerous. You got the scars to prove it.
Really?
You stumbled onto this big old dresser at a moving. It's a claim check for a pair of boots. Your old cowboy boots from the before time. Before the accident. Could it be? That's what you get for not opening this drawer for the past decade.
Score!
You pick up the claim check, your hand trembling with the memory of the last time you wore the boots that you traded for it. That monster, Kenny the Kid, looking down at you and laughing as your ear bled in the hot sun. You put those boots away, never to wear them again. And when you moved to Coarse Gold, you sent them to be cleaned and polished. That was years ago. They've probably been lost or thrown away by now.
Hey, you never know. We might find them.
The armoire door is wide open, displaying your outfits for all the world to see and admire. The armoire... Your dad The stairs lead... Your dad...
Uh-huh.
Your old hat and gun-slinging outfit. And, it smells of camphor.
Don't know if that's a good smell.
Score!
You take your old gunslinger clothes and your good guy model Stetson hat.
Good guy model. Alright, now we got our outfit, our scarf, our guns, our ear. All we need is the boots.
Mind the store, won't you, Srini? I'm off to uphold justice and stuff.
Okie the dokie.
There isn't really any cleaners around here. That's a clothing shop, but not for us.
Old Pete's been around since... Fletcher Castoria, the town plumber, sits here patiently waiting for his turn in the chair. Got nothing else to do since nobody in Coarse Gold has plumbing.
Then why are you here? Why aren't you in a big city?
Those old boots look vaguely familiar.
Might be our old boots.
You're certainly happy it's not winter now. When Sal cranks up the heat in this baby, you can smell the memories of hundreds of miners, many of whom are now long dead. Or at least smell that way.
Yeah.
Sal didn't really want a buffalo head mounted on his wall, but when it ran through the back of the building, he decided to just leave it.
Huh.
This combination barbershop and dental emporium is under the exclusive proprietorship of Salvatore O'Hanahan, Coarse Gold's only Italian-Irish barber. This combination barbershop and dental emporium is under the exclusive proprietorship. Once this lamp burned whale oil. But you know how hard it is to find whales around here. It's a shaving bowl and brush.
I thought it was a mortar and pestle.
Although that comb storage jar is labeled disinfectant, you know for a fact that Louis Pasteur's recent research has proven that colored water will disinfect nothing. The label reads, Dole Cream, a big dabble, do ya? This bottle is labeled 22% alcohol by weight. Sal has a back door in case angry customers queue up out front to file lead complaints about their haircuts.
At least they didn't kill you, the one with the wanted poster.
That canister is labeled NO2.
Ooh.
This cabinet contains boring tonsorial equipment. This cabinet, you wouldn't care to give this place a white glove inspection, unless you wanted black gloves. Upon close inspection, you realize Sal's counter is filled with little teeny tiny hairs, as is everything else in this place, including Sal. This is Salvatore's adjustable barber chair. Somebody ripped off the hand restraints during a tooth extraction.
Gotta love how ugly Freddy's sprite here looks because it's out of proportions. I mean, if we were here, it looks a little bit better. But because the way that the Sierra was lazy about it, they just zoom in. Like, it just gets bigger and bigger. That's why it's so horrible looking.
Salvatore O'Hanahan is taking a moment to sing a few bars from The Barber of Seville.
I think we're good in that we're not listening, or we're not hearing it.
Sal, I'm heading out of town for a while.
But you are doing such a fine job, me lad. Fixing the water supply, putting out the fire. We need you, Freddy.
I know, but now the sheriff and the banker are out to get me. It's not safe for me in town anymore.
Hey, you wanted me to talk to him for you? Maybe Salvatore throw his weight around a little, huh? Maybe bring in a couple of friends, huh?
No. It's not worth the trouble. I'll be back, Sal. And if I'm not, you take care.
Aye, you take care too. You're a fine lad.
Hey, Fletcher, how's the plumbing business?
He doesn't respond. Apparently, he's too engrossed in reading the latest copy of the Scoocher Down and Examiner.
That was a stretch of a joke.
Sal, do you still have that pair of boots I dropped off for a shine? I know it's been about 6 years now, but I just remembered I left them here.
Let me see. What's the number on this claim check? Let me look under the counter here. Yep, still here. Have them ready for you next Tuesday.
Oh, never mind. I'll just take them as is.
Don't worry about the storage charges, okay?
Oh, these passenger pigeon skin boots bring back memories of the days before Kenny the Kid gave you an ear job.
There. Now we got our
You
full
carefully
outfit.
examine the silver ear. Fine workmanship. Nice socket for your cartilaginous ear stump. No rough edges. A spectacular job. Especially since this is your first foray into the wonderful world of lost wax casting.
Let's put on our disguise.
With your boots, your clothes, your guns cleaned and loaded, your silver ear, and your lucky neckerchief, you're ready to get dressed and assume your identity as the gun-slinging stranger. You return to your penthouse suite high atop the glittering Pharkas Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Corsgold. There, Srini greets you and solemnly assists you in the final preening. It's a somber and yet somehow exciting event.
There you are, Freddy Pharkas. You are mostly indeed a picture of stately, mysterious strangeness. Nobody will be positive to recognize you now at any time or place.
Thanks for your help, Srini.
Wow.
Coarse Gold owes you a debt of gratitude it can never repay. If anyone asks, Freddy Pharkas has left town. And if I don't come out of this alive, the pharmacy is yours.
That is of a true generous nature you are displaying, Freddy Pharkas. As for me, I would like to open a pharmacy on the reservation among my people. But whether that is fated to be or not is in the hands of someone who is not I. Luck be with you, Freddy Pharkas. I am proud.
Reservation among my people. You're Indian, not American, native. Act 4. Showdown at the Hallelujah Corral. Also, I still hear the freaking barbershop
Stage
music.
was set for Freddy's showdown. Wait, did I say slowdown? I meant showdown. No. I did say showdown, didn't I? I thought I did. Weren't sure. Anywho, now that Freddy was wearing his silver ear thing and his old gunslinging duds, nobody except Srini recognized him. Not even Sadie Overy or Penelope knew who he was. They thought Freddy had skipped town, and they thought this new guy was just a handsome, silver-eared stranger who happened to be especially up on his pharmacology. Now, Freddy didn't have a lot of time to lose because things in Coarse Gold was getting worser and worser.
There he is.
You've never seen Chester Field look so downtrodden. Why, he looks like he's lost his best friend. He's wearing a sandwich board upon which has been very hastily scribbled, "Will polish ears for stagecoach fare."
Polish ears?
Hoping Chester won't recognize you with your new disguise, you approach him with a friendly smile.
Say, partner, that's a woeful little sign you're carrying there. We'll polish ears for stagecoach fare. What's the problem? Why so down on your luck?
And also, why polishing ears?
I'll tell you. Even though I don't usually talk to silver-disguised strangers, there's a man inside who's the best damn poker cheat I've ever seen. I never even knew he was stealing my store till it was all over. You see, I bet everything I owned, including my store, on a queen-high straight flush. And that bastard had a king-high.
Don't feel bad, fella. I would have probably done the same. By the way, did you get this gambler's name?
Name? Sure did. Wheaton Hall's his name. Everybody calls him Aces, and I can see why.
Thanks for your time, and I hope things work out for you. I think I might just pay Mr. Aces a little call.
Good luck to you, stranger, especially if you're going to get in that game.
Thanks. I'm wearing my lucky neckerchief, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah, but are those blood stains there?
I mean, they would be from his own ear.
A crudely lettered sign reads, "Mom's Cafe's done been closed by order of the sheriff. Health code violations is all the reason he needs."
Shit. They closed down Mom's Cafe and now Chester's store. I wonder what else they have closed down when we were making our disguise. Let's go see this Wheaton Aces Hall. There's the doctor.
Don't bother him. He's sleeping it off. Then when he wakes up, he'll have a hair of the dog to bit him and the cycle will begin anew. Like the miracle of life itself.
And not a good analogy there, or comparison.
It's Zircon Jim Laffer. Years from now, his brother Ezekiel will sire a son, who will beget Ethan, who will beget Bartholomew, who will beget Lawrence. That's right. He's Leisure Suit Larry's great-great-grandfather.
Oh boy.
Howdy, stranger. New in town?
Hi, I sure am.
It's
and
Larry.
I'm looking for a hot time. I've been noticing some of your fine coarse gold fillies. I wouldn't mind an introduction. Perhaps you could put in a good word for me with one of them. Of course, I know a lot of you boys gotta pay for your fun, but I figure a guy with my looks and breath, hey, they should be paying me, you know? Right? Right. By the way, my name's Laffer. Zircon Jim Laffer. Don't believe I caught yours.
Oops, I think I smell something burning or something. Catch you later.
Phew, what rock did he crawl out from under?
Mom's house.
It's Ollie Oxenfree, the guy who owns the fig farms on the northern side of Collier Bluff. He's the worst gambler in town. He'll lose the entire North 40 in no time. That's Joe, the guy that had a bad time with old Muff Potter a few years back. He owns a local tourist trap, and trap it is. He trapped a couple of punks in there a few years back, Tom and Becky something or other, and they almost didn't get out. Somebody ought to write a book about it.
No, but they made a movie about it. Unless it is based on that book. The movie is horrible.
That's Muff Potter. Nice to see him and Joe getting along again. He owns, or at least he did own until he started gambling today, a huge tract of land along the south side of town where Chinatown used to be. Gambling away his keg and barrel shop is Cooper Coop Cooper. He, his wife, his children, and his parents all work in his barrel shop. He's a Cooper, she's a Cooper. They're all Coopers. Wouldn't you like to be a Cooper too?
No thanks.
Wheaton Aces Hall, slick, big-time back-east riverboat gambler, has turned the saloon's friendly poker game into vicious, high-stakes gambling, winning money, land, buildings, and businesses from the local bumpkins.
Scoot along, Silver Boy, before I deal you the dead man's hand.
Ooh.
Score! You're cheating. That's a fake left hand. Your real hand is hidden under the table. You've been feeding good cards into your hand and taking away the bad ones.
Why, yes, silver-eared stranger, you're correct. Almost. As you see, I have no cards under the table. I only have this.
A gun? Yep.
Now turn around, Silver Ear. I think I'd rather shoot you in the back, so I don't have to see that ugly face of yours.
Says you, Dalton brother. Got him.
Ooh-wee.
It was so nice that everybody was there.
What a manly man. Riverboat gambler in the corner pocket.
Yeehaw! I could have done that if I'd wanted to.
Sure you have.
I just didn't feel like it. That's all.
Yeah.
Now, when the townsfolk caught wind of how Aces had been cheating, the sheriff had no choice but to arrest him and return all the deeds. But wouldn't you know, no sooner had one brouhaha died down than another flared up.
Well.
Without warning, you hear gunshots out in front of the saloon, plus lots of yelling and shouting. What's going on out there?
Sam, what's going on outside? You got any idea?
All I know is that someone paid some cowhands to stand in the middle of their cattle drive, come into town and shoot the place up. Don't know why.
It's dangerous out there. A person might get shot.
Yes, but I figure they'll get bored sooner or later, or they'll shoot each other, or something.
Howdy, stranger.
Hi, of course.
Oops.
Alright. There's a place that we can go to now. And the only place we can really go to according to the walkthrough. Apparently, here is a secret entrance to Sal's place. Somewhere around here.
The building's closed. It's the old grist.
Ah. Might be on the wrong place then.
You can see the roof of one of the Main Street buildings from here.
Or is it there? There we go. Yep.
Salvatore O'Hanahan, town barber, dentist, and bootblack, is hard at work on his customer Ed Sorbine Jr. Salvatore also happens to be the only Irish Italian in town.
I feel sorry for Sorbine because he is just pulling a tooth out and with a lot of blood.
Score! You hand Salvatore your French postcards.
Your customers may not be able to read, Salvatore, but I bet they would enjoy looking at pictures.
Oh, no, they're not interested in... Wait a minute. What in the hell are those girls doing?
I'm not sure, but I don't think it's legal on this side of the Sierra Nevada.
Well, no, your exceptional generosity's got to be reciprocated. Could I be interested you in a free shave?
No, thank you, Sal.
Then how about a free wisdom tooth extraction?
No thanks.
Oh no, mine are already out. Had them pulled in the dental department while I was in college. Needed the extra money for tuition.
Okay, well then, let me see. What I got in here that'd be a suitable swap? There we go. Take this bottle of that newfangled nitrous oxide I got off the Fars Welgo wagon last week.
Great, nitrous oxide.
Ain't none of these guys around here wants to be the first man too sissy to stand up to my forceps for a little old tooth pulling.
Why, thank you, Salvatore. Perhaps I can use this in some of my experiments.
You would use those in nitrous oxide in your pills?
You encounter dozens of rowdy cowhands from that cattle drive outside of town who are carelessly firing their guns everywhere and frightening, not to mention killing, the locals. They shout, "Let's stampede the women and rape the cattle!" Luckily, the rowdy cowboys don't notice you from down below.
The narrator just said that these guys are shouting, "Stampede the women and rape the cows." Or the cattle. Smart. Smart guys, these guys.
Sal uses this canister of nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas, to make sure his customers leave with a smile.
Let me at those sheep!
Let me at those cattle!
What is it with sheep?
Let me at those sheep!
Everybody in town loves sheep. A bit too much.
You can barely see a glint from the nitrous oxide canister.
Seems like this is the only place we can shoot it from.
You can barely... You take careful aim with your pistol and slowly squeeze off a shot. You did it! You shot off the canister's valve.
Score!
They're having a good time.
Yipperoonie! Freddy done made them cowhands laugh themselves to death with a well-placed bullet.
I didn't know they were
Of course, he
weasels.
didn't get much time to celebrate. The sheriff and the banker and their unknown employer had figured that the mysterious silver-eared stranger might be just a little too much for them amateur rowdies to handle. So they'd called in some big guns from down south, just as backup, don't you know?
Don't you know? I didn't expect them to die. I thought they would just faint because of laughing too much, but apparently they're like weasels. They died. Howdy. What can he do for you?
Hey, knock off the sound effects already!
What's that rotten smell?
This guy.
No, it can't be. You recognize that smell from your old days as a lawman. More dangerous than Jesse James.
Stinky Pete.
Meaner than Johnny Ringo. Deadlier than William Money. More fun at cocktail parties than Rooster Cogburn. It's the legendary Lever Brothers.
Yep, it's us, handsome silver-eared stranger.
And we're here to put you 6 feet under.
Under what?
Your fervent prayer is that your few minutes of target practice with Srini will be sufficient preparation for odds like this.
Partner, I could outgun the Magnificent Seven. Bring him on. Well, I won a Tiddlywinks the other day. I'll give him best shot. Let's face it, I'm a wuss. Nope, best shot.
with his refurbished shooting skills, Freddy was able to blast the Lever brothers to smithereens. Now, with those varmints out of the way, Freddy figured that was the end of the story, that somehow the Lever brothers was responsible for everything that had been going on in town.
Nah.
But Freddy
way.
was wrong. The Lever brothers had been hired for the task of getting rid of Freddy by whomever had hired the cowhands, and whomever was in cahoots with Sheriff Shift and P.H. Balance. And no sooner had Freddy's guns stopped smoking than he heard a familiar twang and a few chords of someone's theme music.
Theme music.
What was that? Could it be? No. What would he be doing way out here in the middle of nowhere? You haven't heard that chord in years, and yet here it is again. Strangely recognizable after all this time. In your heart you know it must be him. And yet... How did he find you? Will he be fooled by your disguise? Does he still eat paste?
Kid, I want you out of town by sundown.
Well, sure, stranger. I'll be riding out of town well before sundown. Leaving your sorry carcass for the buzzards to pick apart.
Will not.
Will too.
Will not.
Not.
Two.
N.
E.
To infinity.
I refuse to play this juvenile word game with you.
I refuse to play this juvenile word game with you.
What are you doing now? Repeating everything I say?
What are you doing now? Repeating everything I say?
So that's why they call you Kenny the Kid. Because you are nothing but an immature little child, an anal retentive case of arrested development, with an unresolved edible complex and probably codependent to boot. You were a punk when I faced you back in St. Louis, and you're still a punk. Say your prayers, outlaw.
Say your prayers, outlaw.
Now cut that out.
St. Louis? I didn't know anybody with a silver ear in St. Louis, yet somehow you seem vaguely familiar.
Maybe we'll have time to compare yearbook photos. In hell!
Did I die? I think I died.
Well, you may have knocked the gun out of my hand, hero, but you couldn't stop me from hitting you anyway. Sorry I got a mite sloppy when I pierced your ear. Looks like you'll bleed to death in a few seconds. Guess now I can tell Penelope that you won't be interfering with her plans anymore.
Penelope?
Also, you look familiar,
What did he
Kenny.
say? Your head's swimming, but you're sure he said Penelope.
Oh.
Could it be her? Could she be the cause of all this?
Now I know who Kenny the Kid is. Especially looking at that face.
Your eyes are getting heavy. Kenny has managed to shoot off a sizable portion of your good ear.
Oh, so that's what happened. I didn't die, he just shot me in the other ear.
Score!
You weakly pull the neckerchief from around your neck.
Score!
You place your lucky neckerchief on your ear and press on it to staunch the flow of blood. With your last remaining ounce of strength, you pull yourself up and stumble off towards the schoolhouse to see Penelope.
He just shot our ear off and we're not bleeding to death.
Penelope the sweet. Penelope my beloved. Penelope the traitor.
Freddy dragged his bleeding self over to the schoolhouse. The anger and hurt was just ripping at his gut like a swarm of botflies on roadkill. Only worse, 'cause Freddy, unlike roadkill, was still alive. The schoolhouse door was unlocked for once, and Freddy walked right on in.
Well, you knocked.
When Freddy stepped inside, Penelope was standing at the desk, packing in a hurry. She didn't even notice him come in. Gazing at her like that, Freddy saw her for the conniving snake in the grass she really was. All the bitter hurt and betrayal and rage was too much for Freddy to hold down. It churned around inside of him and finally welled up, bubbling to the surface in a furious storm of outrage.
Hey, Penelope, what gives?
All the anger.
Why, it's you. The silver handsome-eared stranger.
Handsome silver-eared stranger, you mean?
Oh, right. I thought Kenny had taken care of you.
Are you kidding? He did just the opposite. He hurt me. Just look at my ear.
Why, you poor man. You poor, brave cowboy. You're wounded. Here, allow me to tear a strip off my undergarment.
I wouldn't trust her.
Penelope slowly moved her hands up to her bodice and began to carefully unbutton it, one button at a time, staring straight into Freddy's eyes.
You know, ever since I saw you capture that big, bad gambler at the saloon, I've been thinking about you. Thinking about how I wanted you.
She slowly slipped her hands under the fabric.
Could this be my Penelope? Is it hot in here? Or is it just me?
It's just you.
And what's with all this echo?
It's your
Thinking
thoughts.
about how I needed you.
Huh?
And before Freddy knew it, Penelope yanked a derringer from her bosom and aimed it at him.
Dead, that is. Drop him, gunslinger. Now!
Oh.
You resignedly unbuckle your holsters, letting your gun slip to the floor. Penelope appears to relax a little, but her finger is still on the trigger of the derringer. Looks like she might shoot at any moment.
Score!
You grab the slate and whip it around just in the nick of time. As you bend down to pick up your gun belt, Penelope hurls the derringer straight at your head.
Nice aim.
Before I kill you, Mr. Gunslinging Stranger Hero type, let's just find out who you really are behind that silver ear. Freddy, you?
Yes, it's me.
No. Yes, it is I.
Boy, you can take the wicked, villainous, hoodwinking, double-crossing, lying slut out of the schoolteacher, but you can't take the schoolteacher out of the wicked, villainous, hoodwinking, double-crossing, lying slut. Why, Penelope? Why? Why on earth have you done all this?
Oh, I may as well tell you, you little runt. You know too much for me to let you live. Well, all right, here goes. I just finished my education back in western Pennsylvania at the local Meadville Normal School when I saw a small ad on the school bulletin board seeking teachers for a, quote, lovely little village way out west nestled high in the Sierra Nevada mountains. I wrote a letter of inquiry and was offered the position by the Course Gold Board of Education. They even sent me stagecoach fare. Soon after my arrival, which you saw in the prologue, I believe. Am I boring you? Oh, good.
No.
I noticed the oily swamp behind the schoolhouse. Being a good Pennsylvania oil country girl, I grasped immediately that Course Gold was literally oozing money. But I could never afford to buy mineral rights on the meager pittance they pay a single, unwed female teacher, so I made a little arrangement with Mr. Balance. He foreclosed whichever mortgages he could, and convinced Sheriff Shift to shut down everyone else. Balance would get the land and buildings for a song and give me the mineral rights I wanted, as long as I gave him what he wanted.
What a plot twist.
But Penelope, you seem to be such a sweet, innocent young woman. How could you be such a sleazebag?
Well, it had to be me, Freddy, don't you see? It's always the person you least suspect.
Well, I didn't suspect Srini. Couldn't it have been him?
Well, it's a little late for that now.
Wait! I really didn't suspect me.
Well, if it's you, then I'm doing the town a favor by disposing of you, aren't I? Kill me.
Penelope eyes the lantern sitting on the newel post.
Oops! How clumsy of me.
I also noticed that this is all oil down here.
Needing a schoolhouse anyway.
Wait, there were a lot of other people I didn't suspect.
Get the ear.
You scooch the chair closer and closer to your precious silver ear and just manage to snag it. Score!
If it isn't the one and only, I forgot where I was going.
Smart thinking. You frantically give the silver ear a few quick rubs on the stone floor. In a trice, the silver ear gets a sharp edge, ragged and rough, but sharp enough to be dangerous. Score! You've honed your silver ear to a deadly razor sharpness. You manage to slice into the ropes with the sharpened silver ear. Score!
Justice will be done, madam.
Damn, I knew I shouldn't have wasted my time packing those student folders. I shall allow you to choose the manner of your demise.
Say what?
Oopsie. Sorry, you took too long to decide.
Penelope grabs one of the swords off the Civil War display above the blackboard.
Score! A sword fight it is. On guard. Touche.
Oh, dear. I wonder, did I forget to mention downstairs that Meadville Normal had the nation's first female fencing team? On guard.
Douche. I could take her. Hell, she's just a girl. I don't know. That was pretty impressive health gainer. Oh my god, I'm going to die. Give me a break. Oh shit, she's winning. Ah, crap. And I'm dead.
Yep, Freddy met his death at the tip
That
of a
is
sword.
stupid.
Too bad, 'cause he'd gotten so close to saving Coarse Gold from falling into Penelope's mercenary clutches. So Penelope went ahead with her little scheme. She bought up the town real cheap and made millions in the oil industry. She died just a few years back, but she was so rich that she had herself froze solid till they could find a way to bring her back to life. Ain't that a hoot?
You come to a sordid end.
You managed to slide.
Just say
All right, now let's go for the easiest.
Oh, dear.
There.
Curses, you foiled me.
Haha.
It's not a foil, it's a saber. A foil is straight and has two sharp edges, unless it's the smaller French foil, which is dull and is used chiefly for thrusting. A saber, like this one, is curved and has one sharp edge. As a teacher and a member of the fencing team, you of all people should have known that.
Oh no. Foil defeated and corrected. Now I really feel bad.
And thank God for my high school intramural sports program. Otherwise, I'd be fettuccine Alfredo by now.
Score!
Kenny. Ken Williams has arrived.
Hey, it's you!
Yep,
I
that's
recognize
Ken
you
Williams,
now
all right.
From the old neighborhood. Freddy something.
Good to see you again, Kenny. I hope I didn't hurt your hand out there in the street.
Whoa, that was you out there? I didn't recognize you. Have you done something with your hair?
No, not my hair, Kenny, but this.
Fuck you, Kenny.
Hurling your sharpened ear like a Chinese throwing star, you whip it at Kenny, catching him right in the throat.
Score!
Run away, quickly. Well, so much for Penelope. Epilogue. Go rest, young man. That's
Yes,
a GG.
Sir, by gum, by cracky. With his one good ear all mangled and grody, Freddy managed to leap from the schoolhouse just seconds before it went up in the biggest conflagration course gold had ever seen. The truth came out about Penelope and how she'd been plotting to buy up all the oil rights. There was no earthly way she could have survived the blast. Still, it were curious how they never recovered her body. Sheriff Shift and P.H. Balance were run out of town on a rail. The townsfolk leased the oil rights to some big developers. Soon everybody was rolling in dough, sprucing up the town and revitalizing Corso. Me, I eventually found my whittling knife, all gunked up. I don't remember dropping it. Must have had a spell of stupidity or something. And as for Freddy, well, he made himself another couple of silver prosthesii. One to replace the ear that Kenny just shot off, and one to replace the silver ear that ended up fatally lodged in Kenny's neck. What with all the fuss, Freddy was able to keep his gunslinging identity a secret. And it were a good thing, too, 'cause Freddy's adventures was far from over. But that little nipper is another story. Now get off my lap. You're starting to compact my vitals.
The ballad of the end of the game of Freddy Pharkas.
Now the whole town still remembers how while the old schoolhouse was blown to embers, though Miss Prim's body was never ever found. Since the sheriff and the banker made the folks of Coarse Gold red with anger, they tarred and feathered and ran 'em out of town. And Serini, he became an ordinary Rexall TP shaman down on the Pecos, where Injun hearts still burn. While the townsfolk safe from danger talk about that silver earlobe stranger. Where did he come from, and when will he return? Pharkas, Freddy Pharkas. Black gold fields were his legacy. Freddy Pharkas, Freddy Pharkas. Peerless, earless, and free.
I mean, he's not completely earless, still has half of the other ear left. Io Silver away. And also, yet again, Sierra. How long is this fanfare gonna last? There. Fiend! Fuck! This actually was a fun game. A little bit frustrating at some points, but otherwise, silly fun. Without the walkthrough, I would have never played this game before. Open megaphone night. Take your best shot. You'll die laughing. There, Mike Bickingham. It was QA. He was in one of the wanted posters.
Freddy, you?
Why, Penelope? Why? Why on earth have you done all this?
I suppose I can tell you. You know too much already, so I can never let you live. I had just finished my education back in western Pennsylvania at the local Meadville. Oh, wait a second, Josh, can I ask you a question?
Cut!
Shelley, how many times do we have to do this damn scene?
It's just that I don't understand my motivation for this speech.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, why would Penelope reveal all this to Freddy? Why doesn't she just kill him and get on with it, for crying out loud?
It's a trope.
Just do it, all right? I want to get home tonight. Look, I've got people coming in from the coast.
This is about acting, Gil. You wouldn't know anything about that.
Shell, it's just a plot device so that the audience understands what's going on. Otherwise, we leave a lot of unanswered questions.
Oh, can't we just put it in the manual instead, Joshy, sweetie, booby, honey? It's just so dull.
No, they might read it before they finish the game. Ready to take it again?
All right, fine, I suppose.
And action! Ow!
Oh, God.
You hit me again. No. You really hit me. Cut! Yes, I'm cut, and I'm bleeding too.
Shut up, Leonardo. You should be used to freaking swords.
Excuse me, can I say something here? I am gonna sue. This is what happened to Margaret Hamilton, you know.
Where are you bleeding?
My finger.
You'll never pick his ear with that finger again.
Oh, you just shut up, Miss Thing. This is all your fault, you know.
Can you suffer through one more take, Gil?
Oh, sure, Josho, and I'll just bleed to death. But you'll have your game. That's what you want, isn't it? That's what you really want. That's all this is about. You. All right, come on, let's do it. What are we waiting for? Come on, people, let's go. All right, come on, let's do it. What are we waiting for? Come on, people, let's go. We're losing the light.
Gil, use the pain. Directed at Shelley.
All right.
Oh, my formal fellow, I am but a weary traveler from a land far, far away.
Cut! What was wrong with that?
The accent slipped, babe.
Good. Oh, okay.
I didn't hear any Italian creeping in. I thought it was pretty good.
Sounded like that was the wrong sound there.
You call my agent. I can't work under these conditions. I'm going to my trailer.
So apparently our
Antonio,
Indian man...
don't walk on the ants!
Indian man was played by Italian.
Ants? Ha! That's what I think of your lousy ants.
Mike, get Antonio's agent on the phone. Steve, get the rest of the programmers down here. Gil, take 5.
This really goes to show how silly this game is.
Double, stunt double. Hey, I said stunt double. I'm not gonna do this jump myself. I could break my neck. I'm going to my trailer.
Gil, just do it.
Oh, yeah, right. Like that's in my contract. My stunt double is supposed to handle this.
She can't. She quit yesterday.
Oh, really? Why?
People, work with me here. Huh? I'm sensing reluctance. Now, please, just do the jump before we lose the assay set, all right?
Oh, honey, doesn't this scene take place at night?
Well, we're shooting day for night. It's cheaper. The artists will fix it in post-production.
Oh, I see.
Off the set, Millie!
Ooh, but I wanted to watch Gil break his neck.
Get out! He's nervous enough about doing the scene without you watching him. Ready, Gil?
This is ridiculous. I swear, I will sue if something goes wrong. This is what happened to Margaret Hamilton, you know.
Just do it. And action!
Ow! Workers' comp! Workers' comp!
Cut!
This adventure game is a work of fiction and protected under the law under the general heading of parody, which means we can get away with everything we said and did in the game. If not, we'll just fall back on that all the people and events described here and bear no relation to any real and or imagined people and events loophole. A total of 34 animals were injured and or maimed in the making of this game. Great. No final score? Or anything? Oh. And apparently the credits restarted without the music. Oh, quit. There we go. that is Freddy Pharkas. Done.